on apps, games, and other geeky stuff. Pokemon TCG Light vs. Dark. When Pokemon released its second generation of Pokemon, we were introduced to two additional types, Dark and Steel. As far as the card games, these two types would appear in the Neo series, and within this series was an expansion that was called Neo Destiny, which also had Pokemon with a light attribute. In a previous expansion, they had made some Pokemon with a dark attribute, which were typically shown with Team Rocket. For the purpose of this video, I'll be showing 9 of the Pokemon in Neo Destiny. They had both a light version and a dark version, as some Pokemon had just one of the attributes. Before we go over the Pokemon, I want to point out one of the perks of using light or dark Pokemon is that of the special energy cards. Both light and shiny Pokemon are able to use miracle energy, and dark type Pokemon are able to use darkness and rocket energy. Dark Pokemon definitely were a lot more popular with both printers and players alike. I suspect one reason was due to the fact that their energy cards were more versatile to use. Miracle Energy was only able to be used for one turn, and you could only have one in your deck, as opposed to Darkness and Rocket Energy, which you could have 4 of each, although Rocket Energy also was only good for one turn. But unlike Miracle Energy, they also had a bonus effect of dealing extra damage, where Miracle Energy could only be in any combination of 2 energy cards. Now let's get on to the Pokemon comparisons. First up, Golduck. Light Golduck has 20 more health points than Dark Golduck. Its first attack allows you and your opponent to look at the 3 cards of your deck and get any energy you want from those 3 cards. Its second attack does 20 extra damage for each special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Dark Golduck, its first attack allows you to discard energy in exchange to draw 3 cards from your deck. Its second attack does a solid 50 damage without any special effects. I'll give this one to Light Golduck due to the higher health and last attack. Next up, we have Vaporeon. Again, we have a 20 health point difference, but between the attacks, I would have to award this win to Dark Vaporeon. Light Vaporeon has some pretty iffy healing going on, being able to choose to heal all damage from one Pokemon, but having to remove all energy cards, or healing 1 damage from every single bench Pokemon, including your opponent's. A trend with light Pokemon, unfortunately, were attacks and other effects that would benefit your opponent is another reason why dark Pokemon are more popular. Next up, Slowbro. Wait, what the heck is that? That's definitely not Slowbro. Nathan, what in the world are you doing? This is actually a real card, and if you can name it in the comments, I have a giveaway of a card for the person to answer, and Pokemon Online code for the second correct response. Watch to the end to see what you could win. Now let's get on to the real Pokemon. Another 20-point health difference, and even though you could probably use Light Slowbro in a Lost Zone combo, alone it's not too impressive. Dark Slowbro definitely does it better with a power that is just like Fish Out attack, but without the downside of your opponent getting Pokemon too. Fickle attack, that's pretty self-explanatory. So I have to award this win to Dark Slowbro. Next up, we have Wigglytuff. Light Wigglytuff. Evolution Song is good, but only if your opponent can't evolve his Pokemon. Otherwise, you're just powering up the person you're trying to beat, which is not a good thing. Dark Wigglytuff moves work very well together. Plus, if powered by darkness energy, it can knock out its counterpart with 2 attacks. So once again, the win goes to Team Dark. Next up is one of my personal favorites, and my favorite evolution is Jolteon. Another 20 health point difference. Their attacks are both pretty well balanced, but because of such a low health and the way coin flips are set up on the second attack, I would have to award the win to Light Jolteon on this one. And now for some dragons. Interesting enough, both of them have a move that contains light in the name. Light Dragonairs is in the form of an attack that removes 1 damage point from each of your Pokemon. And Dark Dragonairs is in the form of a power that allows you to search your deck for a Stage 1 or Stage 2 card. Both of their offensive attacks requires coin flips. Lights prevents effects of your opponent's next attack. Dark doubles its damage. I would have to end this one in a draw because I would use either one in a deck. Now let's look at their next stage. First off, there's a 30 health point difference. Both Dragonites have a power as well as an attack. As long as Light Dragonite is your active Pokemon, each special energy card provides colorless energy instead of its usual type. Back when this card was first released, it was essentially would shut down Dark and Steel Pokemon that needed special energy cards in order to attack. Any other effects also stopped working. Dark Dragonite's power allowed you to search up your deck for basics and put them on your bench, although this only works when you play Dragonite from your hand. As far as attacks, between a guaranteed 40 plus a decent effect versus a chance at 70 or doing nothing, I prefer the guarantee. Plus, if you combine the power that Light Dragonite has with Prime Energy, you can knock out Dragonite in as little as 2 turns. Now let's get on with the next Pokemon, which is Machoke. Once again, we have a 20 health points difference. Light Machoke has a pretty decent anti-decking move. With his first attack and his second attack is okay, but it does weaken once your opponent takes damage. Both of Dark Machoke's attacks require that your opponent switches out his Pokemon. Because it's more likely that Light Machoke will score a hit first, it's more likely that Light Machoke would win, so this one goes to Team Light. Now for our final matchup for this video, we have Machamp with a 30 health point difference between the two. Light Machamp has a power that allows it to heal 3 damage from your active Pokemon from the bench, and it switches places, becoming the active Pokemon. After that, if it's energized, it can do 50 damage, and if the Pokemon it's attacking has Dark or is a Dark type, with a coin flip of heads, the attack does 100 damage instead. Factoring in that most Dark types have a weakness to fighting, the damage would be 200 after applying double weakness. Dark Machamp is kind of underwhelming in comparison. 30 damage for its first attack, and second attack is good, but would be better if they didn't have the rule at the end. So have to award the final point of the video to Light Machamp, which would potentially take out its rival with 1 hit. This Pokemon's video giveaway will be a Light Pokemon I didn't cover in this video comparison. First edition Light Piloswine is up for grabs. Thanks for watching and have a great day.